Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's live video. It is Monday, so it is the start of a new week. So we're going to be talking about boundaries this week. Today's video is boundaries are one of the hardest parts of parenting. Why is that, and what can we do? Well, first, why are boundaries so hard? They're one of the things that, as parents, we have to manage in one way or another almost every day, right? Some parents are permissive, others are authoritarian. Many are somewhere in the middle, and yet others are bouncing back and forth with no real clear plan or method or approach. Give me the next, 6 to 8 minutes or so, and I'll show you why boundaries are so hard and how you can find a new path forward that makes it less stressful for everyone. If you'd like to see my longer video on boundaries and my parenting method called Cubed that gets into how my clients and I open communication, are intentional about boundaries, and build connected families, comment #boundaries below, and I'll get you that link. My name is Matt Kenyon, and I am a family relationship coach and the owner of Free Thought Coaching, where I help parents end the conflict, build happily integrated families, and create intentional boundaries. My promise is that there is always at least one strategy or piece of advice or tool or something that you can use right after watching my videos. So, boundaries are hard. Let's get into it. All of us parents struggle with boundaries, which is the larger category that I use for things like rules, expectations, agreements, and limits. These things are hard for different reasons. Some of us are too lenient, others too strict. I've been both too lenient and too strict, sometimes on the same issues on the same day. I found that guilt and self-doubt make me lenient, and a fear that my kid isn't going to grow up into a successful adult without rules makes me go too strict. Note, it's all emotional. I had no clear plan. I was just feeling my way through it, and honestly, it just wasn't working. I've been too lenient with knowing where he was and with whom, and found my 16-year-old son drunk with a couple of friends at the neighborhood park. I've been too strict and caused a major rupture in our relationship by snooping through his room and phone and then confronting him about issues. I've held him strictly to consequences that were arbitrary and punitive, not natural consequences. And I've dropped all consequences because I felt bad that he was having a bad day. Daniel Siegel refers to the struggle over balance of rigidity, authoritarian parenting, balanced with the chaos of permissive parenting, as the river of integration. I took this image from Daniel Siegel's Facebook page. You see how one bank of the river is rigidity and the other one is chaos. Neither is the ideal. The optimal situation for being in the optimal situation is being in the flow of the river. I totally lost my place. In the flow of the river of integration. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I talk about integration a lot. And I've mentioned it many, many times in different things. This is just another example of how integration is so important. So balancing the riverbank of rigidity with rules and expectations and the freedoms of chaos riverbank is not always comfortable and natural. Some of us get it wrong. Some of us get it wrong more than others. We all get it wrong. So Daniel Siegel goes on to talk about using an acronym he calls FACES, FACES, to maintain being in the flow of the river instead of getting stuck on one side or the other. FACES stands for flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, and stable. I'll be doing a video tomorrow on what are the details of FACES, what do they mean, and how to use them. For now, know that the tool exists and that boundaries are not impossible. Again, I'm going to repeat that. Boundaries are hard, but not impossible. It takes time, effort, introspection, and flexibility. And even then, you will still get it wrong. I got it wrong just a few weeks ago when I let my inner storyteller take over and convince me that my kid was out meeting up with friends and getting into trouble, doing things you're not supposed to do, and not going for the walk that he told me he was going to take. What did I do? I let my storyteller in. I went to the rigidity side and I pulled up my Google Maps and I figured out where he was and I went to go catch him. Well, I didn't catch him. What I did do is I caused damage that day, as he saw me searching for him while he was actually on a legitimate walk, trying to deal with a panic attack. All I did was cause more panic and anxiety. He now knew I didn't trust him, and he was upset that I didn't just call and ask, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? Who are you with? Or show concern. Instead, I assumed he was up to no good. I fell onto the rigidity side. My storyteller didn't help. So the takeaway for today is that boundaries are hard for all parents. Boundaries are complicated by the fact that they're different for each kid and they change over time as the kid grows and develops. If your child is neurodivergent or has trauma, both big T and little t, you already know how much more complicated it can get. For example, we tried to keep our son from sleeping in the living room for our benefit, and it created tension in the house until we realized that we were being too rigid with a child whose traumas were around abandonment and neglect. And sleeping in the living room, in a public place, was reducing the anxiety he felt some nights sleeping alone in his room. Now that we took the time to understand his situation and empathize with him, we were able to find a place on the river of integration that worked for all of us. To see my longer video on boundaries and my parenting method called Cubed that gets into how my clients and I build connection, are intentional about boundaries, and build integrated families, comment #boundaries below and I'll get you that link. We'll get more into this tomorrow. I hope this was helpful today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Be intentional with boundaries and happy parenting. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this video has been useful to you. I would love it if you could leave a comment with something in this video that resonated with you or helped you and your family out on your journey. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can get notified when I release new content. It massages the algorithm and helps get these videos out to other parents that need them. I really do appreciate your love and support. If you would like to join my Facebook community, Connected Parenting, where I have other videos, group of parents who are struggling with the same issues you are, there is a link down in the description. Have a great day. Try to be the parent your kids need today. Happy parenting.